480.
Find the pathways that are predestined for you with Master Eric. See the world with a different lens to discover the immense potential within yourself. The time to take charge of your destiny is now. Join Master Eric and Pundit Maharaj for the Untold Truths, Sundays at 5 p.m. on Sankhya TV. Are you ready to begin your journey to spiritual freedom? Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and good evening, everyone. You're watching The Untold Truth. And today, again and always, Pundit Parasuram Maharaj, a good friend and well-respected pundit in Trinidad. Welcome, Pundit.
Thank you.
And tonight, part 3 of Chakras. But if you do have a pen and paper, if you want to make some notes, because this actually applies to you tonight. So we're going to go over different aspects, Pundit. Mm-hmm. And how, when you have a graw, yes, you have prayers, you have things you need to do, and jap and everything else.
Yes.
But there's also this they could do with the chakras. And we're going to go over and explain why and how does this affect you. So, Pundit, I don't think people understand the importance of the chakras. I don't think they understand that how does the planets, when that time period comes up, how does the energy of the affliction actually get to you? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And when that energy comes down at your time, that day, through the time period, that planet actually connects with a certain chakra. Now that also starts to throw that will a little off balance.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it from your side?
Okay. The universe has different bodies. This is also a body, just like one of the small universe. And just as how the planets are moving in a cycle, with the time of birth of the individual, depending on which of the planet the person is born, or which sign then he is born on, or she is born on, that will be affected by the cycle of the orbits that is being made by the different planets to the body, in our body as well as the other bodies in the universe. So in this way, it will come true because each of the chakras are connected to certain one of the signs or the planets. And because they are connected to the signs or the planet, that we might put it, they will be affecting that particular chakra associated with that planet. So in this way, the effects are there. Now, they are called grahas, but graha means like house. So the house is the planet. But when we are affected by the graha, remember, that is something universal. If the rain has to fall, you can't stop the rain from falling. But you can be able to put on a cloak, you have a boot, an umbrella, and you shelter, so you'll not have a soak down with the rain, but you'll have a lighter effect on it.
Right. So in reality, we cannot eliminate one.
Yes.
But you can help appease or ease it.
Yes.
But you still have to go through it.
Yeah.
Regardless. So now I want to look at different aspects before we get into this. So in the ancients, now I'm talking way back.
Okay.
You know how Western culture
Yeah.
actually affected a lot of the cycles of astrology. So what I mean by that is we have 12
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah.
But when you really started investigating it, there was originally 13. But somehow the number 13 is unlucky. So I even asked a Swami when he came here. And I said, Swami, is that why this one is longer than the other one? And this one is shorter than the other one? He says, you're too smart. So what I'm saying, we're going to give you, everyone, the actual information that is written. But there was some that was actually hidden.
Yeah.
Now, if that's true, Pundit, let's say that theory or that information was true. So wouldn't that affect Apatra?
Yes. It will affect the Patra.
It would be a little off?
Yeah, it will be a little off.
Okay. The next thing when it comes to that was signs, planets, and everything. When you do north, and then you're asking place of birth,
Yeah.
and you know there's calculations
Yes.
you have to do. But if the magnetic north
Yeah.
shifted, so right now NASA reported, it wasn't now, it was 3 years ago, it shifted 28 degrees. Is that an account in Apatra?
It would not
Or
be.
no?
No.
So all I'm trying to get at, there are additional calculations,
Yes, that has to be taken.
right, that the religious person or whoever's doing the Patra, they need to keep up to date
Yeah.
with NASA or whoever,
Yeah, with the science of it.
right, and then calculate a little more,
Yeah.
so that would be more accurate
Yeah.
when it's being read. Because remember, if you're in a different country, you could add +1, -4,
yeah.
XYZ. So, you know, everybody, I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to get people to understand there's more to it. So let me give you another example. The ones that use a computer software program. Now, I know you don't do that, but they do that. So they punch in all your info,
Yeah.
and your Patra come up,
Yes.
right? But do you think that software, and the answer is no,
It wouldn't take.
updates with,
No.
right? So that means it's going to be off too.
That too has to be adjusted.
Maybe someday they'll have a software that updates
Probably.
frequently. But everyone, I just rambled on a little bit so you can get your pencils and papers, right? But the Pundit, now we're going to go into the chakra, and we're going to go to the planets
Yeah.
that is associated to the chakra.
To the chakra, yes.
And we're going to do that, people, first. So the first one, the root chakra,
Yeah.
the planet Saturn and Mars. The signs, Aries,
And Taurus.
Taurus, there's two more,
Yeah, Scorpio and
Scorpio
and Capricorn.
and Capricorn. So if you are one of these, so the signs are for the root chakra with the planets Saturn and Mars is Aries, Taurus, Scorpio, and Capricorn. Now, the second chakra the middle sex chakra. Now, the reason some terminologies call it the middle sex, that's the one that you use for, so you can have children. If you have a problem with your ovaries, the cervix, all of that.
Yeah.
Okay? So the planets that's associated to that chakra is Venus, Mercury, the moon, and Mars.
Yes.
The signs: Cancer, Libra,
And Scorpio.
and Scorpio. So, everyone, I want you to understand this as we go. Then we're going to tell you why. The navel chakra is the third chakra. The planets, the sun, Jupiter, Mercury,
and Mars.
and Mars. Signs: Leo, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Those signs are associated to those planets. Okay? So let's go to the heart chakra. The heart chakra. The planets are Sun, Venus, and Saturn. The signs: Leo and Libra. The throat chakra. The planets are Mars, Venus, and Uranus. The signs: Gemini, Taurus, and Aquarius. The third eye. The planets: Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. So look at this. Why do you think the third eye is associated to so many planets?
6.
Think about it. You know, and the reason is the third eye is technically the gateway to go through the crown chakra
Yeah. Well,
to the divine,
yeah.
right? Now, the crown chakra, Saturn is the planets and Neptune. The signs are Capricorn
And Pisces.
and Pisces. So, Pundit, when you started, and I know you've been a pundit very many years, and you know the planets, you know all of that.
Yeah.
But was you ever taught about the planets to the chakras?
No, it's only afterwards it came up. Yeah.
And was the information useful?
It was very useful.
And are most pundits, I know preachers aren't because they don't really get into astrology, but are most pundits taught this, or?
Actually, how I learned it was from my grandfather, and the great-grandfather I learned very little because he passed away when I was 16.
16?
16,
Oh, wow.
yeah. But my grandfather, that is on my father's side, my Aja, he, and together with my father, they sat down and they were discussing, and I was right there. So I asked a few questions and so. And I remember when I was teaching, I had just bought a new car. And I came in with the car. So my Aja looked at me and he said, "Boy, this number is not good for you. If you add 4253, you'll get 5. So I said, "But Aja, just buy the new car." He said, "That's okay. I tell you what to do. Because there are solutions when there are problems. Once you know what to do, it will help. But remember, just as how the rain falls, you still have to shelter. because you can't escape what is there. He said, 1, you'll bleed from your right foot. 2, there'll be death and there'll be accident. So he made me do 16 weeks of fasting. I did all the rituals and everything. And I went and I was going to put everything in the sea. So I throw it out into the sea for the fishes to eat the grains and so on. And 16 weeks I didn't go and see any movies. So
You were playing it safe, huh?
right. So High Life Drive-In was operating at that time, and Twilight Drive-In in San Fernando. So I went and I said, my wife was in the car. She said, but I saw this one. I said, well, I saw the other one. So I just spin around the roundabout, and I came and I turned to go to Chaguanas. At that time, up to Freeport, it was on the same one road, 2 lanes of traffic, up and down. But from Freeport to Chaguanas, it had another lane. So there was one on the opposite side, one on my side. So the one that was coming down would join in to Freeport and come. When I reached Freeport and I crossed, and I was going almost Castleford, I saw a car canting over coming, a white Crown. And something fell out of the car. So I had on a slipper. So I came out from the car because the car stopped. We went, there was a little baby that fell out from the car.
Oh, wow.
His head hit the windscreen and the windscreen burst. A lady jumped out to save the child, and she got squeezed below the car. So we lifted the car and they pulled her out. But they were dead in the accident. And a little splinter from the windscreen stick me on my right foot. About 6 drops of blood came out.
So it still had to happen.
Yeah. But the time I take to spin the roundabout and come so and go back, I look at that, I said, this is what took place.
Correct.
And I was telling my wife, I said, remember he told us that both of us to fast and do this. Both of us were in the accident. We were not involved in it, but we were right there. But we were safe in this sense that we
But
performed.
the question is, if you didn't do.
Could have been right there.
Correct.
Maybe I wouldn't make the spin, I would have gone straight.
Right. So what I'm saying,
Yes.
a lot of people nowadays don't believe in this.
Yeah.
And then when something does happen, they say, oh gosh, I wish I would have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So people, I want you to understand something. The ancients, when they wrote down this knowledge,
Yeah.
it wasn't for a story. There's a reason why all of this that we're going over and what you also know is important to understand. So if more people were trained
Yeah.
in this, it would actually help
Yeah.
a lot of people. So that shows me that your grandfather, probably your great-grandfather too, but they were very knowledgeable.
Yeah. They had ideas which actually, even now, we still experience in what they said.
There you go. So always listen to older people, because sometimes you're going to get super valuable information. So now, Pundit, I want to go over, because everybody hears about the 5 elements, right? But they also are associated to the chakra.
Yes.
Now, what you said earlier about the cyclic,
Yeah.
right? I always say God Himself is the master architect. Look how everything
Synchronized.
is totally synchronized across the board.
Yeah.
Flawlessly. So even the cyclic action
Yeah.
of the chakra, versus the cyclic action of the planets.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay? So, the root chakra, what's the element for the root chakra?
That's the earth.
Right. So, isn't that why it's so important? And a lot of people don't teach it. Even when you meditate,
Yes, to ground.
you have to ground. Where do you ground from?
Earth.
No, from the root chakra to
Yes,
the earth.
Yes.
So now things are starting to synchronize as we're going through. What about the second chakra, the middle sex chakra?
That's the water.
Correct. So again, the root chakra, the element is earth. The middle sex chakra is water. Now, the navel chakra, these are the Western terms.
Because that is the energy center, so the fire.
It's fire. That also helps the digestive system and all of this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the navel chakra is fire. What about the heart chakra?
And that vibration sound.
No. Air.
Air, yes.
Air. Now the throat
Yeah,
chakra,
that is the air, yes.
that is the sound. So there's been a lot of people, pundit, when there was a 6-year-old child and I just did another 5-year-old child 2 months ago. Do you know they could barely talk? Right? And when I adjusted that throat chakra,
Yeah.
as I was actually turning the chakra, I had the boy sound out.
Okay.
So that way I could regulate how much to turn. And do you know, thank God, they're speaking properly.
Okay.
So this does have an effect on your speech, your sound. You know,
Yeah.
as long as your vocal cords and everything is good. Your third eye. What element goes with the third eye?
Well, that's where all the thoughts come from.
And the light.
Yeah.
So when you're meditating, that is the chakra where people starts to see a white light, blue,
Yeah.
yellow,
Or red.
orange, red, whatever, right? That is the central location that it comes in. So the third eye is light. What about the crown chakra on top of the head?
That's the center for everything.
That's the informational highway. The books say thought,
Yeah.
right? But now, there are some people, pundit, that are gifted. When a person manifests,
Okay.
I've actually had a student that was gifted like this, and it's rare. So, do you know they didn't have to know the deity? They didn't have to know the name of the deity. And this person wasn't Hindu, right? But when a person manifested for real, she could sit there. And do you know when the deity would speak,
Yeah.
she's lipping the words. She's seeing the white light coming down through the crown chakra. And she could hear the words before it came out of the manifestation's
Okay.
mouth. Now that's rare. That's very rare. But what I'm saying, there is that connection. And it's coming through.
You know, some people might think when they hear something like that, that makes people mad.
But no, today's psychiatrist has a hard time understanding these things.
Yes.
You know, but I have a person that's coming soon where he was diagnosed schizophrenic. But Pandit, he barely has the symptoms.
Okay.
So that means it's worthwhile adjusting the chakra, because we've done it in the past and it became normal. People, all right, you remember when you were a kid and you spun a top?
Yeah.
And it clicks and stays up?
Yeah.
What happens when that becomes off balance?
It falls. You start to lean.
And there's an effect.
Yes.
The same way with these. If they're not balanced and they're not adjusted properly, now that affects the organs of the body, which we covered the first 2 programs, right? So, people, it's very important that once in a blue moon, you get your chakra checked, see if they're off balance, and get them adjusted. Okay? Now, what are the senses of the chakra? So, the root chakra, Pandit.
That will be smell.
Smell.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people would think, wait a minute. I smell from here. But the smell is coming from the root chakra. You understand?
Yeah.
And I'll explain that maybe in another program, because there's a lot of, it goes in depth to explain how this works between the body part and the chakra. The second chakra, the middle sex chakra.
That's a taste.
Taste. The navel chakra.
Is what you see, the sight.
Right. So do you see the philosophy now?
Yeah.
The higher senses comes from the lower. It's reversed.
Yeah.
So I had a call, Pundit, off the first show we did. And the guy teaches yoga.
Okay.
And he says, I'm not being mean, but he said, you said the energy, he said the way we teach it, the energy is coming from the root, and it proceeds up straight and goes through your third eye out above. But he said, Master, you said that the third eye and the throat chakra comes down,
yes,
and the primary comes up. They both meet on the third chakra and come up together.
Yes.
I said, okay, well, I need to meet you. And when I started showing him this, I said, the root is smell. You understand?
Yeah.
That energy had to come up, but that energy had to come down
Yes.
to communicate.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I said that is the cyclic flow. It has the cyclic flow.
Yeah.
So you know when you do meditation, there's a lot of times where you're going to push the energy. You can either push it from the third eye, receive it into the navel, or it could go from the navel and come back through the third eye.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that a cyclic action too?
Yeah.
So I want people to understand some things that you watch on YouTube and some people that speak. Research. Do your notes and then start to research. And you'll start seeing that everything in this universe, if people explain something and there's not a cyclic action to it, Pundit, there's something missing.
Yeah.
There's
But
something missing in that equation.
I also think that it depends on the person's experience in the process of learning too. Because if you have somebody that is competent enough to help you in the process of your learning, whom you could go to question, to ask things about, that helps you to experience your learning better.
Well, didn't we say the first two shows, and then we're going to do it during this one too? Do not attempt to modify, adjust, open, or close
Yeah.
chakras without a proper guru or an experienced teacher
Yeah.
that's had many, 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 many years of experience. So now, the heart chakra is touch.
Touch, yes.
So a lot of people would say, well, wait a minute. But let's prove it. Isn't holding hands part of a love emotion?
Yeah.
So those sub-chakras, we're going to get into that later.
Yeah.
The chakra in your hand. Now, men out there aren't going to admit it, but the women like to hold hands.
Okay.
Why? It's comforting, right? That communicates to the heart. So when you start reading all this,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
It's the same thing like putting your own hands together to activate some of the energies.
And you saw the exercise in class.
Yes. Yeah.
And doesn't that work?
Yeah. Yeah.
It works 100%. Now, the third eye, no, the throat chakra.
That is speech and hearing.
There you go. Now that makes sense because the throat, speech, hearing.
Yeah.
Now, the third eye.
That is like the extra sense.
Correct. This is where the extra sensors start to progress. The more you open, the more you can work with the third eye. The more your awareness also heightens. And that is critical, especially when you're trying to make a direct connection. Now, do you know what else you use the third eye for, Pandit? Totally off of what we're talking about. Demons.
Okay.
So once you totally start to master this, I got people that we train, and you know when they walk through to try to sense them, they're having trouble. So I took this girl, took her outside the house. I said, ground yourself, close your eyes, open your third eye. Do you know she's saying there's one in the living room in that corner, one over here, one over here.
Okay.
It gives you almost like X-ray vision.
Okay.
As you're meditating. You can see it, right? So this is actually very accurate. The following are the sounds of the chakra. So the root chakra, what's the sound?
Lam.
No, that's the mantra.
Oh.
The sound.
Oh, the sound of oh.
Right. Now the mantra.
Yeah. Lam.
Lam. So, now Pandit, as we go through these mantras, people, I want you to understand, YouTube and other social media tell you to chant this, to open or adjust. But Pandit, you just can't do this 10 times.
No.
No, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
This takes thousands and thousands of times to master the siddhi
Yeah.
to get this to open.
And that also varies too, because it depends on how the individual could be able to put their focus. They could be able to do it faster, and some may take longer, because awareness takes time to develop. And some people could be able to do it faster because of the way in which they could have their mind clear very fast and free from obstacles coming in, and they could be able to reach that point very fast.
So, again, people today, especially young people, they're very impatient. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what I'm trying to tell everybody out there, just don't think you could say this maybe one night and you've adjusted the root chakra. That's almost non-existent. It's better to do the physical adjustment than to try to do this, because why? Don't you need a guru?
Yeah.
And the guru, if he's a real guru, he should be able to set opposing you and actually see if that is starting to open. And then he would also say, stop now. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
What if you go too much? What if you go less? Now you have side effects,
Yeah.
which could be serious.
Yeah.
Okay? What's the middle sex chakra? What is the sound first?
Oh,
Right. And the mantra.
the mantra Vam.
Okay. So, everybody, you could research this, you're going to see it. But again, be very careful when you're starting to open this. Now, I want to give an example. When I say it takes time. So let's go to the scriptures when it talked about Mother Poverty,
Yeah.
right? And she wanted to gain the ability to be with Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
Now, every one of these chakras,
Yeah.
what didn't she have to go through a severe penance?
Yeah. She did.
Now, did that penance last 1 or 2 days?
No. And it had failures too.
Right. So, but once she got through
Yes.
the one penance,
Yeah.
then the root chakra opened up.
Yeah.
Then she had to go through severe cold, heat, everything.
Yeah.
But each one. So what I'm trying to say, everybody, what the story is also showing, her determination, but it also showed she had to go through, and it takes time.
It's a sacrifice,
Correct.
a dedication, and putting herself into what she wanted to achieve.
Exactly. But she did achieve it.
Yeah.
Okay. The navel chakra.
That is
Okay. And the mantra.
Ram.
So again, everyone, we're going over the mantras and the sounds. The heart chakra.
I.
Okay. I. And the mantra?
Yam.
Yam. The throat chakra.
Is.
Say that again, louder.
Is.
There you go. Now, people say, but there's no S in that. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
It's capital E, 3 little e's.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's is. Now, the mantra.
Hum.
The third eye. What is the sound?
Mm.
And the mantra?
Om.
There you go. Now, this is a funny one. What is the sound of the crown chakra?
Nag.
But you know there's no mantra?
No, because it's gone from the other one.
There you go. A lot of people said when they saw my notes, they said, that's a misprint. I said, no, there is no mantra for that. It's coming from
The Omkar.
correct. Now, some of this might seem silly to you, but there's going to be a lot of you that love this information. Why? If you're into massaging, therapeutic, if you're a Reiki master, where they do energy massage,
Yeah.
there are so many yoga, meditation. There's so many things that you can benefit from this information. And if you want to get a lot more depth, in November, I'm going to have a 4-day seminar, classes on every aspect. And it's going to be very in-depth, and you will have your packets, your information packets, and we'll go over it. Because Pundit, I really want this to be effective to where, you know how doctors sometimes they might have malpractice? This could happen here too.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to get damaged or into a predicament where it's almost hard to get out of.
Yeah.
All right? Again, find a person that is very versed in this, the adjustments, and you'll be all right. Now, by now, Pundit, from the first show, second show, and what we covered today, they should have a fair idea about the chakras, what's associated, the planets. Now, what I want to get to before I finish this is when we talked about the planets
Yeah.
associated and with the grass. Now, again, people, I want you to understand the affliction, the energy of the planet during that time that you're entering until the time that you get out of that time period. 1, consult your pundit or religious leader. 2, it's good to do what's instructed by the pundit, but also to make sure you can also adjust the chakra to make sure that you are in that peasing mode. But there is no magical trick, people, to eliminate a graw. I want that to be said out here. You're going to have to go through it. All right? Now, in the class that's coming up in November, if you're interested, write us or call us. We're going to go over the 157 sub-chakras, mini chakras. So it's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Right? Number 2, how does the information from the affliction, chakra, relay also to the sub-chakras, the mini chakras, and then it relays to the organs of the body? Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? So what's very interesting, people, they're called nadis.
Yes.
Now, the nadis, now there are estimates. Some say there's 72,000 nadis in you. I've heard it go clear up to 472,000, right? But I said if you do that, then you're almost equal in the time period of Kali Yuga.
Well,
You understand what I mean?
The same thing has been
So is there a
explained
cyclic action
in the
on that?
Ras Leela of Sri Krishna. And some people say he has so many thousands of wives, whereas he was able to master the different nadis in his body. And nari means woman,
Right.
and nadi is nerve endings.
Correct.
And they misinterpret and say it in a different way.
Right. So did they confuse the actual nerve endings versus women?
Yes, that's exactly right.
You know, this is where people, knowledge is important. But now, the nadis,
Yes,
right? So they connect
Yes.
throughout your body like a spider web.
yeah,
And it's another nervous system, spiritual nervous system
Yeah.
within you, right? And people, this is how you transfer. So once you have the knowledge of the nadi, you also have the chakra, the mini chakras, the sub chakras. Now, when you put energy in somebody, and let's say you use the fifth eye, not the third eye,
okay.
and you use the fifth eye and push energy in, do you know that if their hand needed healing, you could use your hand chakra as one to pull the pain or to fix. But the other alternative is to use the fifth eye, and now you direct the energy through the nadis right to the point that needs to be healed. And that takes years, but again, in that November class, we're going to start going over that because I want people to really understand that's out to help people,
Yeah.
right? So Pandit, we have about 10 minutes left, and I have a question for you. What is your definition of the higher self? What is the higher self?
That is like,
And when would you use it?
that's after you have mastered the elevating yourself to overcome the other, to actual balance of yourself in the other chakras, and then you go into the higher plane to enter into different realms.
Right. But if a person gets to that point and you have that connection, can't you use the higher self to help guide you through difficult situations in your life?
If you are competent enough, yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. So people, I want you to understand, making a direct connection
Yes.
is so beneficial. It's not just to have a chit chat with God.
Yeah.
They are able to guide you direct. You don't need the third person.
Right, because the
guide
body is known as Sadhan Ke Dham, the place to do the austerities, and it's the gateway to liberation. So it helps to lift yourself to that abode, and then communicate to be able to move onwards.
So there's another aspect. Another aspect of the self, which comes into existence when the lower chakras fail us in finding a solution. So what they're saying now is, remember, cyclic.
Yeah.
So the information enters through, comes down through the third eye, and goes down to the root chakra.
Yes.
And then it comes back up again.
Yes.
But there are informational storage packets
Okay.
where the information comes down.
Yeah.
Now, if your root chakra is off balance, right? This is what it's saying. Then it's going to fail
Yeah.
to give you the proper solution for it. So that's when you develop the other channel of the higher self
Okay.
to balance. Because remember, in theory, the super consciousness, which is who? The divine.
Yeah.
And your mental mind are always clashing.
Yeah.
It's at war.
Yeah.
So you got to have this balance within you. So everybody, I want you to understand, and I got to keep saying it, balancing, meditation, making that direct connection, and when everything is in unison, in balance, wouldn't that also, Pundit, provide more peace and harmony in your life?
Yeah, your mind will be more at peace, and then you'll be able, clarity comes.
So I wouldn't think it would be a no-brainer to try it, and it will benefit you, everyone. One more question. What is really your idea? What is a belief system?
I think it's based on the background that we have in our knowledge and what has been installed into us by some of the other people in life whom we think that we love plenty. And sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's a family, and sometimes somebody wants to put the idea differently. So you tend to believe some things until you start experiencing and realize the truth about it.
And truth produces what?
Confidence.
Trust.
Yeah.
So I want to read this. You did real good. The definition, one of the definitions. Belief means putting your trust in something. When your consciousness expands, your belief systems grow with it. Just like the universe. Every day, isn't it expanding?
Yeah.
Okay? Limiting beliefs are our greatest enemy. I.e., how many people? And my father, I used to get licks. If he would tell me to do something, and I'd say, but Dad, I can't. I get licks. He said, that don't exist. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And it says here, i.e., I can't do it. Never say it. Or, it's impossible. Anything's possible. Or, I don't deserve it. To name a few. As a matter of fact, anything and everything is possible. Only you have to brush and polish your own belief system. Okay? It eventually leads to deeper experiences, what you said.
Yeah.
Right? And connects us more to the inner truth.
Yes.
So, Pundit, I love that definition it covers, but it also reminded me how my dad tried to teach me. Right? So, do you have anything to add on that?
Putting the self together is an important thing in life. And as the Fakir says, He nath ab to aisi kripahu jivan niradhak jane na pai. Let life be purposeful with a meaning. And at the day you left the world, you have left a good legacy behind in what you have done, what you experience, and what you teach in the world.
So I want to take the last 2 minutes, Pundit, and I'm going to read this out for everyone, because everyone always asks this question, right? And when you ask, you have doubt. And the thing is, who am I? Right? So I'm going to read this. And I want to tell all of you, ask yourself the question, who am I? Am I the physical body No, I cannot be. For this is in a state of continual change.
Yeah.
Your body's constantly changing. Last year, your body was different, everyone, to what it is now.
Yes.
So you cannot be just your physical body.
Yeah.
When I was a child, my body was different than what it is now.
Yeah.
My body is in a continual state of flux of change. It cannot be my inner nature. Mm-hmm. Am I my mind? No. My inner nature cannot be the mind, for it is always in a continual state of change. One moment, it's happy. And other times, it's not happy, right? How can the mind be my true nature? Am I Hindu? Am I a Christian? Am I a Muslim? Or am I white? Am I black? Or redskin? Or whatever? No. These are only minor forms of identity. They do not represent my inner nature. Continue asking yourself this type of question. Then, who am I? And the answer, I am the witness behind the phenomena of the universe. You are part of everything. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And I kind of wanted to put that across at the end because remember we talked about the other day, and that'll be another hot topic later. But a baby in the woman, is that part of her, the whole baby? Or is it just the physical part that's a part of the mother? Because the soul is not from the mother.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want to get into that because there's a lot of breakthroughs when it comes to science and everything on that, right? But Pandit, do you have anything else to add before we shut off for the night?
Well, it comes as the same little poem, What a Bird Taught. Because you see up to a certain point, and on the way to that point, you are led to see further on.
There you go. But everybody, it's been a pleasure being with you. And Pandit, thank you. And thank you, Sankhya, for being here to record. And I hope this helped you. If you have further questions, you'll see at the bottom of the screen the email, or you could WhatsApp. And we hope you enjoyed it. Do something positive for somebody else this week. And we will see you next week. But before I go, people, please tune in, because this is going to be a rocker of a show. We're having a preacher come on, and we're going to be talking about things that's going to spin his head around in circles. So everybody, we'll see you next week.